not worried about smoking my next cigarette. To me, that feels great.
Ask your doctor if Chantix is right for you. Pawn Stars, only special Sunday night.
The 1762 Price Brown Best Musket. Whoa. Captured at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777.
So you're saying this belonged to a Revolutionary War guy?
Yes.
What's special about this is Thomas Jefferson's personal copy, Jay's Treaty. So if this book actually belonged to Thomas Jefferson, we're talking a lot of money.
50,000. It's got it. Pawn Stars, only special Sunday night, followed by the premiere of Sons of Liberty, only on History.
I came in with a document for the War of 1812, supposedly signed by James Monroe, but I do have some concerns. So I asked Stuart to come in and check it out. This is it. This is Monroe.
James Monroe.
You know the guy they named Monroe after? He was president too, right?
Right. Cool. One thing wars produce is lots of paperwork. Material like this is generally pretty common for wartime periods. The War of 1812 is not a huge collecting interest. However, what's cool about the letter is the dark writing in it. I do like the parts about Georgia and East Florida because it's not really a normal thing we see in War of 1812. You see a lot of things with Baltimore and Washington, D.C. and that type of thing. There are people who collect Florida materials, and this is relatively early. This was about 30 years before Florida officially became a state. So it's an early mention of Florida, which I think I could actually find a good collector for it. So Rick, what are some of your concerns about the letter?
I would assume most of these things were written by a secretary and maybe he signed them, or just written by a secretary and the secretary signed them.
Right. I did bring along some examples of some James Monroe letters to compare it to. And with James Monroe, what I'm looking for is he usually signed with a pretty heavy hands, some really dark ink. He slanted it about 20 or 30 degrees to the right, and he made a really sharp M. Here, obviously, the handwriting down here and the handwriting up here is markedly different. So whoever signed this did not sign this.
So we're saying, obviously, a secretary or an underling filled out the letter and Monroe signed it.
It was authentically signed by the future president, James Monroe.
Okay, so what do you think it's worth?
I would probably price it at about $1,000 to $1,200. I mean, if it didn't have East Florida in there, I think it would be significantly less.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
So how much do you want now?
Well, I did think it was signed by the whole letter by James Monroe, and I see I was wrong. Just a signature. 1,500.
Well, no, he just told me it was worth right around 11 or 1,200.
1,200?
No, I mean, I have to make a little money on this thing. I'm thinking like 750.
How about 950?
I will tell you what, I will give you $800. I think $800 is more than fair.
Would you go to 850?
Okay, well, all right, 8 and a quarter.
Oh, God.
I mean, after I frame it up and everything, there's just not a lot of money to be made.
Okay.
All right, we're good. 8 and a quarter. All right, I will meet you right over there.
Okay. Yeah, I was happy with 825. I think that's a fair price. It's still, President of the United States is over 200 years old. They'll make money on it. I think we did fine.
Joe, it's not your break, so what are you doing?
Just kind of thinking, kind of brainstorming a little. Get my stuff moving up here.
About what?
Well, I just want to reinvent myself, like a new chum.
That might be a good thing. You want to be a little bit more like me? I can take you out of my lane. I can teach you about business. I can teach you about how to be more responsible, how to save your money.
No. I was thinking more like my boy Hugh.
Hugh who?
Now that's a playboy.
Are you referring to Hugh Hefner?
Exactly. I mean,
you want to be like Hugh Hefner?
Yeah, nothing like you, everything like you. Playboy, business mogul, billionaire.
Well, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but very hard-working businessman is what got him where he is today. I think it would be better to emulate a responsible businessman, and then maybe you can start making more money and saving more money and maybe elevate your lifestyle that way.
Yeah, but I don't know any responsible businessmen.
This is a set of Greenhorn rings from the 1966 TV show.
Sweet. There's always been a huge following for this stuff.
These are very collectible.
All the 60s stuff is really hot.
Send in the troops.
So your road big enough?
Okay, George should be able to see that.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this, when you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this, when you're actually paying for this. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Wave coming. Way to rock right that way. Fury. Get the must-know Blu-ray January 27th.
The breakfast French toaster is so good.
Really good. The French toast complements the bacon and the egg and the cheese.
But hey, French toast, you're so warm.
I don't think you're going to get this.
That doesn't sound like a compliment.
It's the perfect complement to your morning. The breakfast French toaster. This is how you Sonic.
Can't say thank you enough. You've made my life special by being a part of it.
Vader, thanks for the time, man. Thanks again, my friend. For everything, for all your help.
Through all life's milestones, trusted advisors are with you every step of the way.
Thanks for helping me plan for my retirement. You should come celebrate with us. I'd be honored.
Plan for your goals with advisors you know and trust, so you can celebrate today and feel confident about tomorrow. Chase, so you can.
Check it out. I'm sending a tweet. Tweet.
That's not how it works, Grandpa.
You think I'm out of touch? I saved 15% of car insurance in just 15 minutes.
You could have saved money in half that time with insurance.
Oh, why? I'm kidding.
15 minutes for a quote is old news. Start with a quote from Esurance and you can save money on car insurance half the time. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
You're here to buy a car. What would help is simply being able to recognize a fair price. TrueCar has pricing data on every make and model. So all you have to do is search for the car you want. There it is. Now you're an expert in less than a minute. This is TrueCar.
Having allergies can be a miserable experience. Using a nasal spray shouldn't be. With Nasacort, it's not. In fact, people prefer Nasacort over Flonase. It's scent and alcohol-free and has no harsh taste. For nasal allergy relief, Nasacort stops more of what makes you miserable.
Only special Sunday night.
Had a 1762 Grace Brown-based musket. It's British. Captured at the Battle of Saratoga in 1777.
So you're saying this belonged to a Revolutionary War guy?
Yes.
Pawn Stars. Only special Sunday night. Followed by the premiere of Sons of Liberty. Only on History.
What do we got here?
This is a set of Greenhorn rings from the 1966 TV show.
Sweet. That was the one with Bruce Lee in it, right? This is when they had like the really cool Black Beauty card.
Yeah, the show was known for the Black Beauty and Bruce Lee. Today, that's kind of a cult following in the clothing world.
Those shows were Dylan, good guy always won, everybody was happy. I'm sure at some point somebody was tied up and one guy came in and saved them. And almost the same storyline for every single episode.
Yeah. I came to the pawn shop today to sell my 1966 Green Hornet flicker rings. They're in great condition. None of the peeling that you often see on some of the flicker plastic on top of the rings. The chrome is nice. Looking at 600. Really don't want to go below, say, 300 or 400.
It's one of those series that have been around forever and ever and ever, man. I mean, it started like the 30s as a radio show, and they would do little short films in between double features with it. You know, they kind of played off the whole Batman thing, right? Then where they would have the pow and the boom come across the screen, and
For only being around one season, it really did a lot for Bruce Lee's career, especially here in the States. It really kind of made his way as an actor. He got a lot of movies because of it. He became huge in other countries, and they actually had the Kato show. It really worked out well.
Paved the way for Jackie Chan.
Absolutely. So these are like the superpower rings, right?
Issue 1966, that you sold on cards and threes, and they come in a set of 12, and the flicker rings you turn them, changes images.
There's always been a huge following for this stuff. So you have 12 rings here. I'm not too familiar with them. Is this a full collection?
Yes, the whole set is 12.
How'd you get them?
I like to collect the 60s TV memorabilia, the Batman, the Lost in Space, the Green Hornet.
They're just those reflective rings that were big back then. I mean, hold it a different way, give you a different image. This one down here is the Hornet gun. This is him with his mask on. This is him without it. These rings were a huge merchandising success in the 1960s. And there's probably still collectors out there that would want to own these. They're just not sure what they'll pay for them. What are you looking to do with them, man? You want to pawn them, sell them?
I'd like to sell them.
Any idea what they might be worth?
I did some checking online, and they valued at $50 a piece. Was looking at $600 for the whole set.
Okay, they're all in good shape. I got a friend who owns the toy shack down the street that deals with antique toys and collectibles all day long. And if he, I'd like him to take a look at them because I'm just not familiar. Let me give him a call. I'll be right back.
All right, sure. That's okay that you got a second opinion. Not everybody's an expert in everything, so I'd like to hear what he has to say. If I'll follow. I might be off base, so that's fine.
Do you have to buy the filters when he's down there now?
Yeah.
You have to get them?
Yeah, they can deliver them, but I mean, something like that, I'd rather just go get them.
What in the world is that?
I got a dictaphone.
You got 2 dictaphones.
Yeah, they're closing to me, and you can record stuff with them, so I thought it'd be a cool thing. Every time I mention them to my friends, they'll giggle and laugh about it.
Yeah, just mention the word dictaphone and you're guaranteed to get a giggle out of all of your immature friends.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell my dictaphones. My grandma used to be a secretary, and she handed it down to my father, and I cleaned out the shed, and he let me have it. It looks really old and like an antique, and I thought it might be worth some money. I want $100, the least I'm willing to take is $80.
This was the competition to Edison's version of this. More or less the same thing, a little bit different. When Edison did the phonograph, it was such a big deal. I mean, people couldn't even comprehend the idea of recording sound. I mean, it just didn't exist. These were a really common thing in our office, like a law office and things like that. There's a thin diaphragm in there with a needle on it, and when you talk, it vibrates the diaphragm as this little thing is moving across the wax cylinder as the wax cylinder is revolving. It's the same as a record, it's just a cylinder. So you want to sell both of them? You want to?
Yeah, I'd like to sell both if I could.
Okay, and how much would